So to me, it is not the question is not about how and where you die. Life is not about how am I going to die and where am I going to die. But it's about where to spend eternity. Where? It's a question of where. After life. After death. After life on this earth. That's death. So where am I going to spend the rest of my life? If you consider Christ the standard, look at how he died. The agony he went through, he suffered. He never sinned. This man never sinned. And I speak with authority that Christ is real. And the same way you cannot doubt the pains I went through, all the 3 surgeries, and the cylinder exploding in my hands, the cylinder is still there. It's the same way maybe you may have the right to doubt, but hey, that's up to you. And I'm telling you, Christ is real. This man suffered on the cross. Look at how he died. For our sake, he brought heavens down. Look at the other apostles. Look at Stephen. Stephen was stoned for the sake of the gospel. He was stoned. Though he suffered. He was dying and suffering. Not that he was shot. He was stoned. Ajay, and then he died. He sought forgiveness and all this. James was beheaded. Apostle Paul also suffered and died. John, some apostles were put in hot oil. They survived and died miserably. Charlie, so it's not about how you die and where you die. It's about the questions, where to spend eternity. That's the most important thing. So Charlie, me, if I had died in 2017, I would have been buried without a body because the cylinder exploding in my hands, it was scattered me. And they wouldn't have even gotten my body to be placed in a coffin. So it is not about how and where you die, but where to spend eternity. Because this body, this flesh, Charlie, this flesh is for the worms, the ants. It's about the soul. So let's concentrate on the soul and live for Christ at all times, so that death will become a gain. It gets to a time where you wish death will come, and they realize that there's no fear of death for any Christian. A Christian who's afraid of death has a problem, because a prophet. But we have to make sure that death that are not destined, that are not be sanctioned by God. So the psalmist said that I will not die, but I will live to declare his goodness. So once alive today, what are we doing with our lives? Are we pleasing God? Are we pleasing our body? Are we pleasing people? Charlie, it's about that man. No? It's about God. It's about Christ and nothing else. So life is about Christ on this earth. So greater grace. You don't have to think about where am I going to die and when or how, but it's about life after death. Because when we all don't know, so where and how you die, they don't matter, but where to spend eternity. Greater grace find us, and let's live for Him alone. Because the journey is not easy, but the grace is there for us. Grace abounds. Charlie, greater grace. It is well. Okay. Bye.